Ahoy everyone, it is Jeff, aka Godless Scummer. It's been a long time since you've seen me. I haven't uploaded in well over a year now, and because quite frankly, I haven't had the time or the energy or the spoons really to do anything on YouTube, but I am gonna come on for just a few minutes, and I've already attempted to film this a couple of times now. But I'm gonna just try and get out what I gotta say, because here we are again. So for those who don't know, which is probably just about nobody in the world right now, there has been another attempted assassination of US President Donald Trump. And I feel I have to come on and talk about this because I had felt the need to do it last time, and I want to reiterate a few of the points I made last time, because the internet is already going crazy, particularly with people who don't like Donald Trump, saying this was somehow staged, that he has done this to boost his popularity, that has taken maybe a little bit of a dive recently. I want to come on and say I do not believe that's the case. I'm almost certain that's not the case. Now, what we know so far is they've got a guy, he's in custody, and the chances are that he did this and he acted alone. That is what I'm going to say. And the reason I say this is, historically, this has almost always been the case with US presidents or presidential candidates, that the attempts that have got closest or have been successful have been people acting alone, with one notable exception to that, which was Abraham Lincoln. Then we know that is a demonstrable conspiracy involving John Wilkes Booth and a number of others. That was a demonstrable conspiracy, but in a lot of the other cases, James Garfield, lone assassin; William McKinley, lone assassin; John F. Kennedy, lone assassin. And before people start going in with all the JFK conspiracies, in my comments, I'm not going to argue with you. Don't waste your time. I invite you to go and watch a two-part series by the historian Sean Munger, which debunks an awful lot of the Kennedy assassination myths. But then we look at, Gerald Ford. There was a couple of attempts on him, lone assassins. Reagan, another one. Presidential candidates, Bobby Kennedy, lone assassin again. History has shown us that someone acting alone actually stands a far more of a chance of being able to pull off a successful assassination, or at least an attempt, by someone acting alone. Now, we could ask some questions about, is the Secret Service up to task? Who knows? Is Donald Trump himself being very helpful to his own security people? Because look, there's a thing. There's some political figures don't always listen to their own security people a lot of the time. That's a fact. I don't know if that's the case with Donald Trump. Don't know what goes on in that man's mind. I don't think he knows what goes on in his own mind half the time. So, I am not a fan of Donald Trump. I think anyone who knows me probably is very much aware of that. But just a little bit of a call for a bit of critical thinking and skepticism before going out and saying this stuff. This was staged. This was some sort of plot by Trump to boost his ratings. I'm saying this is someone who doesn't like Donald Trump. You're giving, if you do all this was staged stuff, you're actually giving a lot of ammunition to his own support base, really, who obviously are, probably really even behind him now more than ever. So just an appeal for calm, really, is what I'm saying. I've made all these same points before, which is why this is going to be short and sweet. But that's all I came on to say. All right, see you later. Salute.